Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and in this lesson, we'll be exploring a very important interval with a very fancy, some might say pretentious name, the perfect fourth. What makes it perfect? What does it sound like? And how do you recognize a perfect fourth on the staff or on the piano? We're going to get to all of that, but let's start with the sound. Perfect fourths are used everywhere in music. They have a solid and bold sound, which is why they are often used as the opening interval of a musical theme. Take the Star Wars main theme. It starts with 3 repeating notes and then up a perfect fourth. You also hear a perfect fourth at the start of Here Comes the Bride. It's also the first interval at the start of Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace. You also hear a perfect fourth at the start of the Super Mario Bros. Theme. See right there? Bum, bum. That's a perfect fourth. Perfect fourths are everywhere in music. So let's take a look at how they are built. Let's pretend we're in the key of C. A perfect fourth is formed when you take the starting note of a major scale and go up to the 4th note. 1, 2, 3, 4. C to F makes a perfect fourth. Another way to think about perfect fourths is that they are the distance of 2 whole steps plus 1 half step. That makes a perfect fourth. Remember, a major third has 2 whole steps, and then to get to a perfect fourth, we just go 1 extra half step beyond the major third. That gives us perfect fourth. Can fourths sometimes involve black keys? Absolutely yes. Let's pretend we're in the key of F major. So what if we wanted a perfect fourth above F, which in the key of F is Do? Do, re, mi, fa. Remember, we need 2 whole steps plus a half step, which would bring us to B flat, which also is the 1st and the 4th note of the F major scale. Perfect fourth, F to B flat. See, if we played a B natural, notice that kind of weird, gnarly sound? That's not a perfect fourth. Even though it looks like a fourth, and it is a fourth, it's a different kind of fourth that we'll learn about later called an augmented fourth. Perfect fourths have to have this sound. Let's practice finding some perfect fourths on the piano. Like, let's say we have an E and we want to find a perfect fourth above E. Well, just pretend we're in the key of E. Do, re, mi, fa. Do up to fa will always be a perfect fourth. Or you could think whole step, plus 1 half step will always bring you to a perfect fourth. So a perfect fourth above E is A. Now let's see if you can do one. If I start on D, can you find a perfect fourth above? Point to it on your screen. If you're pointing right here to G, you're correct. How do we figure that out? You can think whole step, plus a half step. Or Do, re, mi, fa. Just think about being in the key of D and just going from Do up to Fa. Do, re, mi, fa makes a perfect fourth. Try this one. If I start on B flat, can you find a perfect fourth above? Point to it on your screen. If you're pointing right here, you're correct. Whole step, half step. Or Do, re, mi, fa. B flat to E flat makes a perfect fourth. How about this one? If I start on G, can you find a perfect fourth above? Point to it. If you're pointing right here, you're correct. Whole step, half step. So in this case, you could also think I'm in the key of G, Do, re, mi, fa. That makes a perfect fourth. Now let's try going down a perfect fourth. If I started on a D flat, how would I find a perfect fourth below? You can just use the same steps in reverse. Go a half step, plus a whole step, plus a whole step would give you a perfect fourth down. So D flat to A flat makes a perfect fourth. What about, let's try this one. Can you go a perfect fourth down from this key, A? Point to it on your screen. If you're pointing right here, you're correct. You can find half step, half step, half step, whole step, whole step brings you down to E. Half step, whole step, A to E is a perfect fourth. You can also tell by the sound. If you hear that perfect fourth sound, here comes the bride, you know you've got it right. Let's try B. If I start on a B, can you find a perfect fourth below? Point to it. If you're pointing here to F sharp, you're correct. Half step plus whole step will always bring you to the note you need. Remember, a whole step always has one key in between, whether it's white or black. That brings us to F sharp. Now, let's play a listening challenge game. I'm going to play an interval, but I'm going to blur the keys so you can't see exactly what I'm playing. You'll have to use your ears. And I'd like you to tell me if you hear a perfect fourth or not a perfect fourth. So, let me give you some hints. If I play an upward interval, and it sounds like the two notes that start, here comes the bride, then you'll know it's a perfect fourth. If you hear me go down, you could think of the song, "O Come All Ye Faithful." The Christmas carol, "O Come All Ye Faithful," has a downward perfect fourth. So whether it sounds like "Here Comes the Bride" or "O Come All Ye Faithful," that's your clue that you're hearing a perfect fourth. And if it sounds like something else, see, that doesn't quite work for "Here Comes the Bride." That would not be a perfect fourth. Now, let's play our game. What did you hear? Perfect fourth or not a perfect fourth? Here it is one more time. If you said perfect fourth, you're correct. That was A flat to D flat, which could be "Here Comes the Bride." Here's another one. Perfect fourth or not a perfect fourth? One more time. If you said not a perfect fourth, you're correct. I played F sharp to C, which doesn't quite make it perfect. If it was F sharp to B, hear that? Here comes the bride. That would be perfect. But this, not a perfect fourth. Here's another one. What did you hear? One more time. If you said perfect fourth, you're correct. I played B to E, bum, 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 bum. Now, here are some intervals going down. Tell me what you hear. One more time. What did you hear? If you said not a perfect fourth, you're correct. I played A to E flat. To be perfect, it would need to be this. Hear that? "Oh, come all ye faithful." Bum, bum, bum. Let's do one more. One more time. What did you hear? If you said perfect fourth, you're correct. That was F to C, which makes a perfect fourth. Whole step, half step. "Oh, come all ye faithful." Great work today learning all about the perfect fourth. For more practice with perfect fourths, you can download and print my perfect fourths theory worksheet from the Hoffman Academy website. Thanks for watching and learning with me, and see you next time.
Look, there's Julie. She thinks she's so perfect. I know. I have a few minor problems with her. Me too. If she comes one whole step closer to me, I swear.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
I just wanted to say, I think you're perfect, and I have a major crush on you.
Oh, you're pretty sharp yourself. I think you're majorly good-looking.
I knew we could make great music together. And by the way, don't pay any attention to those other intervals.
Oh, them. They're only a minor distraction. Besides, I can't help it if I'm perfect.
Oh,